Okay, this is Chris Garcia again. This is video number 3 that I've done. I wanted to speak to you guys about the reptilians, the draconians, and the greys. Now, I described them in the last video as being the devils, and really what we can understand as something very evil and something very horrible. Um, Again, I need to make clear that you understand I'm not talking about a spiritual devil. It has nothing to do with God or anything like that. I'm describing it as it would make sense for a human. But in reality, they are the worst aliens possible. They are here and they've been here for thousands of years. So the Anunnaki were the ones who made humans. And the thing is that because the Anunnaki made humans, at one point they were supposed to kill us off, and they didn't. And so the thing is that because we never got killed, we went and flourished, and they left us here in this world, and we did really well. The humans did extraordinarily well. They built a whole civilization here on Earth. But the reptilians were here also. The reptilians were bothered by us, so they started to make their way underground. Um, there's a lot of stuff on that. I'll cover that. But they started to become part of our civilization as human beings here, because one of the things that the reptilians can do, and they do it really well, is that they shapeshift. Now, there's two different kinds of shapeshifters. One of the shapeshifters is the alien shapeshifter. The alien shapeshifter is what the reptilians do. And what the reptilians do is they did exactly, if you saw Disclosure Day, there's a part where Emily Blunt and her male character, alien guy, were in some remote cabin thing of some sort, and then they came walking out. And when they walked out and they got confronted by all the cops and all the security and everybody that was going to attack them and take them in and arrest them and all that stuff, you saw Emily Blunt shapeshift. And she shapeshifted into people or things that she knew that were important to those people's lives, and she turned into something for each and every one of them that she knew would touch their heartstrings. And so they were amazed at that. They let her go. She walked right past everyone. They only show her a couple times shapeshifting, but she shape shifted multiple times. Got out of there and made it work. Okay. So um that is alien shape shifting. Now, in spiritual form, they also have shapeshifters too. The crazy thing about the shapeshifters that are spiritual are those are dark entities. Okay, and dark entities can shapeshift into anything that they want to. It's not the devil, it's a dark entity. And it shapeshifts into whatever, the same thing, into whatever it knows that it can either put fear into you, because spiritually they know that the worst part about humans is that we have a lot of fear. Once we fear something, that's it. Our vibrational level comes down, everything comes down, all the guards, all everything. And so they know that they can get to us really easily. Okay? Spiritually and through the aliens. They both know that. Okay? That's why um, the uh, um, the reptilians know they can get to us by scaring us. Okay? That's why in the future, if you get confronted by a um, by any kind of alien, you should never be scared. You should understand that. But if you see a reptilian, probably going to get scared because they're pretty ugly. And the thing is that they want you to be scared. So, given that information, I want you to know and understand that there's two different kinds of shapeshifters, but the alien version, man, they're good. They look like anybody and everybody. Okay, and the worst part about these aliens is that they are meat eaters, and I'm not talking cow. They eat humans. That is why human trafficking exists, is because of them. It's not for very many other things other than they need to eat. And so they traffic and pay people tons of money to do trafficking so that way they can eat humans. But even worse is that we have 800,000 children approximately that go missing every year. Well, that's the shapeshifters. Because even though they can eat regular, normal adult humans or anybody else, they prefer children. Because the blood of the children is exceptionally better to them than an older person's blood and flesh or whatever it is they do. Okay? That is why you have trafficking of both adults and kids, is because of the reptilians and the draconians. They're all meat eaters. So there it is. That's the part of the big disclosure. Okay? And you never understood it. You never got it. No one's ever come out and said, but God has told me. And since He's told me, now I've seen that that exists. And that's what really happens behind the scenes. Okay. That is why, part of the reason they need to be gone. But even more so, I will let you know in the next video as to what they've done to our lives as humans and how horrible it has got.